Okay, and still talking about health now, we're joined by Jan from the Canterbury District Health Board. You're a dietitian, so we're going to be talking about, of course, this period coming into the festive season where we just think it's okay to eat and drink and be merry, don't we?
We do, and it can be quite a terrifying time as well for some people, because it is. People sort of take it on as a license to just overeat and overdrink.
That's what we tell ourselves, don't we? We think, oh, that's fine, it's Christmas time.
It is.
But it's not.
And then it takes the whole year, the following year, to make up for what's happened at the Christmas period.
That's right. All those New Year's resolutions come into play, and we take out our gym memberships and we do all that kind of thing January through to March. But we should try and be doing it all year round, obviously.
Exactly. And the pitfalls of overeating can be so easily addressed by careful planning.
Okay.
And if you're aware of the things that you can have that really aren't going to impact on your weight.
That's good to know.
Yes, that's the thing. And again, because the recession is still with us, we need to be careful about the types of foods that we eat, and we need to still eat those foods that are actually going to give us nutrition. Okay.
So what are some of the nutrition, or the most kind of nutrition we can get from foods that we should be eating on a day-to-day basis that aren't going to break the bank?
Instead of filling our supermarket trolleys with the foods that are going to provide us with no nutrition, like the fizzy drinks and the empty calorie, not the empty calorie, the empty nutrition foods. We want to concentrate on the foods that are seasonal. It's the height of summer. And all these special foods like the berries and the beautiful vegetables, the tomatoes, the zucchinis and the corn on the cob. Those are the sorts of things that we really should be using our budgets for, and making our Christmas look so full of colour and health.
Okay, there, so good advice. So make the most of what's in season.
Yes.
Which is key really, isn't it?
It is.
And try and stay away, as you say, we get tempted by those really ridiculously cheap drinks and things like that. But
And these are available all year round.
Yes.
So you don't, these are the things that you can afford to just leave out of your supermarket trolleys.
Okay, so we're heading to a barbecue, Jan, and we've been in charge of taking the nibbles. Okay, what's some health advice that doesn't involve lots of yummy, creamy dips and things like that?
Okay, well, interesting that you should say the yummy, creamy dips, because you can actually make some fabulous dips without actually having any fat in it at all. Have you ever heard of the green minted pea dip? Where you can just, everybody's got a packet of frozen peas in the freezer, and you just put them in a bowl, get your bar mix or a big heavy masher, mash those up with a little bit of hot sweet chili sauce or something like that.
Some flavour.
Instant dip, a bit of lemon juice. Fabulous.
So do you cook the peas first? Is this a stupid question?
No.
Take them straight from the freezer?
Exactly, yeah. You can thaw them, and then it's easier to break them up. And then you can make some lovely, you can use crisp breads, which are quite a low-fat cracker. Or because crackers are very, very high in fat. You have to be very careful with those.
You do, don't you?
But you can actually get, the big wraps that you have now that you can get in the supermarket, the big flat wraps. Just spray those with a little tiny bit of oil and any sort of seasoning you want. Cut them into whatever shapes you want and dry them off in an oven.
Oh, fantastic.
And about 130, and that's your totally salt-free, nearly fat-free dip.
Wonderful.
Crisp to have with your dip. And if you make, the whole pack up at one time and keep them in an airtight tin, that's fine.
Perfect.
The other thing is that you can get a very, very low-fat cream cheese now, which is only 5%. It's extra light cream cheese.
Oh, that's good.
And you can mix that with perhaps a tin of salmon, because salmon's very good for vitamin D and calcium.
That's
things
right.
Like that. And then just mix those together with a bit of lemon. And that's a creamy type of dip, but you're using a very, very low-fat cream cheese.
That's good to
Remember,
know.
extra light, 5% fat.
Oh, very, very good advice. And I guess always keeping those fresh vegetables there to dip in as well, with your carrots and your cucumber and peppers, things like that are really good.
Exactly, and a nice big tin of, nice big bunch of grapes,
Okay.
and lots of strawberries and things like that with
Perfect.
it.
And I guess trying to stay away from sausages at the barbecue, perhaps go for chicken kebabs or something like that.
Yes, or just have one.
Just have one.
And half your plate full of vegetables.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Some great advice. Thank you so much for that,
Okay,
Jan. I'm going to try those dips too. They sound really good. Now make sure that you check out their website, Canterbury District Health Board. It is www.cdhb.govt.nz.